Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Tues. Good morning.
Baby, when we're grinding, I get so excited. Ooh, how I like it. I try, but I can't hide it. Oh, you dancing real close, at the bottom real low.
On the beat.
You're making it hard for me. What does he say right there? Oh, you dancing real close. What is it? What is that? What is those words?
No.
Nope. Right. But,
I be singing it, but I don't know what it is.
morning fog. Morning brain fog.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. And today is officially a Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday means that that's when we go outside and we exercise our civic right and our duties as American citizens to go out there and cast your ballot for the persons or the persons that you feel could best serve you and your community. Today is the day. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. So you got enough time.
Like that.
Enough time.
It says, ooh, you're dancing real close plus real slow.
Oh. Ooh,
Plus
you're
real,
dancing
real
real
slow.
close. Plus real slow.
slow.
Oh.
Sounds so much better.
I've been singing it for so many years. I wonder what I sing when I say that. Yeah.
It be like that
crazy.
sometimes. Sometimes you hear the lyrics and you're like, oh, what was I really saying?
No, because you know that you knew all the words to the song, right?
I was
That's
singing them
crazy.
slow and deliberate, and until that part, I was like, I'm a little unsteady here with my confidence.
Something too when somebody was here the other day and they told us the lyrics to some song and it was
Rihanna's lyrics in one of her songs, she says something crazy. I heard that on another radio station. I had to slow it down and listen to what song was it? I don't know what it is,
Sex on the
but
brain.
I mean, but you know, the most famous lyrics that everybody got wrong is Michael Jackson's
Mama say,
Mama say, Mama sa, Mama
And what is he saying?
I'ma say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop. I'ma say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop. I'ma say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop.
It's definitely.
What
I
are you
think he
talking
did
about?
that on purpose
Is
to
that
say
real?
Mama say, Mama
What
sa,
are you
Mama
talking about,
kusa.
Michael?
Let's check back that. I don't know if that's real. Yo.
It is. That's true.
Michael Jackson. What's that song name?
I don't know.
Mama say, Mama sa. Mama kusa.
Yes, what is that name?
Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa.
Mama say. Okay, that was Wanna Be Starting Something. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Lyrics. Let's check out
see.
the lyrics. Or make this me sharp.
Scroll up.
Okay. Let's see.
Starting something. Love. I can.
You don't
It's
see
not
it.
even
It's not
Mama
even-
say is even in there, so that
hold
means
on,
it
hold
must
on.
not even be in there for real. That probably at the end, right?
Yep, it's at the very end.
Mama say, Mama sa. Oh,
It
they
was
say
African.
Mama sa.
It was African. This is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You gotta go to Africa.
It's somebody said something else.
I see. I think it's just a TikTok thing. I got some young people messing with TikTok.
I just Googled, I'm going to say it one more time, I'm not going to stop. And it says, the phrase, I'm going to say it one more time, I'm not going to stop, is not from a song. Oh, but a reference to a viral TikTok video where someone is making a joke about repeated phrase sung by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
See,
Yeah,
because
because
I
I
be
was
believing the internet. Wow.
I was like, no.
Wow. I really be believing the internet. Oh, well, get me
No,
off.
but I think that those, in that respect, it's so real because I'ma say I'm not gonna stop is the same thing as Mama say, Mama sa, Makusa.
Is
like,
that what it
you
is?
can really say it.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I knew that's what it said because I knew I'd be believing the internet. Lord, keep me off. See, this is why I don't be on the internet. Maybe I don't be on the internet enough. Maybe I need to get on more.
Fake news.
Oh, speaking of fake news, oh my gosh, I have delved into yesterday. The New York Post had an article about Ayanna Presley that was so horrible And I was like, what is this? Why would they do this? And today they had a horrible article about Tanya
The New York Post. The New York Post is kind of trashy. It's like the
the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
What they say? Are you guys serious? So yesterday the article that they had about Ayanna Presley was talking about her money and how she's now a part of the Millionaire Club with what's that one's name? The other one from the whatever the crew is that she's called, Omar. What's her name? The one, the Muslim.
The couple of them that's there.
So now they're like, oh, Ayanna Presley is now a millionaire, like the part of the crew, because her and her drug dealing husband and have been frauding people out of all this real estate stuff. And it was like a horrible article. And then today the article that they had was about Tanya and how Tanya is undocumented. And how they
you have that in here, right?
Yeah, Homeland Security is like investigating her, but it's just like it's Fox News. Fox. So this one's from Fox News, but the other one was from the New York Post, and I was like, damn. When these people hate us, they really hate us.
Oh
right?
yeah, they go really in.
They go deep into hating us, and that shit's crazy.
Unfortunately, that is horrible.
Yeah, I just sent that article for you guys to see, but not really for you guys not for us to read, because I don't want to shed light on foolishness and super negativity. But yeah, that article was definitely this one. It was like, what are you guys even talking about? So
everybody's tripping.
Everybody's tripping.
Tanya said, "Leave her alone."
Yeah, she said, "Leave me alone." But she said she's an introvert, and it's really hard for her to be.
But you know what? The only thing I would say is that's just not how it works. You know, like you got elected to a prominent position, and shit didn't go down the way that it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't get to have the privacy that you wanted, because first of all, you are now a community leader. You have been ostracized based on events that have happened, and you just don't get to. Yeah, you just don't get to be like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I can't. Whatever. I understand the sentiment, but this is something that's going to happen for a long time. People are going to continue to look up your story. They're going to continue to form opinions. They're going to continue to want to get your reactions and stuff like that. So you just got to move. You got to stay outside. You got to stay inside if you don't want nobody talking to you.
It comes with the job.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that is really just that's what it is.
I get it though, because that's the like the part of me that like even like being on this morning show, and this morning show is well known across Boston, but I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to be like super popular. I don't want to be famous. You know what I mean? Because it's just like that comes with so much.
It does.
Negative backlash.
Literally.
And people are always like, they're ready to pounce on you, and they're always looking for something from you to
you
harp
can't
on, so.
Say shit out here, because the same amount of people that's gonna be in your DMs praising you and being inspired and motivated and don't stop is the same, and they might be more than the people, but them people who come out and lash out at you negatively for no reason, that shit cuts you deep down inside your heart, and you can't even really kind of recover from that. Like, oh my god, there's so many people that are for you, don't worry about them. No, I can't.
I see Mayor Wu and the way that she is harassed, and I'm like, yo, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I mean, public office is a whole other ball game, so that's why I will never run for no office.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense
to
run for the office.
Anyhow.
With that said, today is election day. It is election day. It is election day. Again, we're going to stress that to you guys all morning. Even while you're listening to the show, good thing we are digital, because you can take us with you. You can take us right to the polls with you and call us from the polls and say, hey, I am casting my vote as an American citizen in this local election for our community. And we will say, hey, that's good. You did a job. You did a good job. And we are happy for you. So get outside.
What happens today? What does preliminaries mean?
So preliminaries at large, I think one of them said it yesterday, there are 10 at large. It will go down to 8 at large today. District 7, I think they will go into 4. They are at 13, and I think 4 goes keeps going. And that's pretty much the same across the board. You're pretty much cutting things down by a few.
So from 13 to 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make predictions about Tues.
Yeah. You can probably figure out who is going to end. Well, actually, District 7, I don't know. Speaking right now of what you guys know, who do you think in your brain are front runners for? Well, hold on. There's a thing in here that says who's on your ballot today, isn't it? Who's on the ballot? Who's on the ballot for today? Oh, I should probably put a location. So, okay, let me see. Here we go. View sample ballots in wards and precinct map, candidate list by contest. All candidates. Let's do all candidates. All right. All right, here we go. Candidates for mayor. Oh, good. Candidates for mayor. We have, actually, let's start the show. Quick check-in. How you doing, Miss Tony?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm
Tris, good. Me as well. Let's start the show. Go.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Tues.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com. The Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bring the heat back to the airwaves.
Bing, bing, good morning. Hey. All right, tune in right now to hear everything you want and need to know about Election Day. This is me sharing. So all of you out there right now listening, go ahead and give it a share. Let people know we're about to hit that ballot real quick, and see what is on there, just in case you haven't been listening, you don't know. I had to go back today and figure out, like, we've had a lot of people in here.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people in here. So candidates for mayor. Today is, September 9th, Super Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. It is approximately 9:36 a.m. Today is a nice weather day, so it's not hot, it's not cold. Right now it's 63 degrees, so it's a little chilly. It's going to reach a high of 70 degrees a little bit later, around 1 or 2 o'clock. And then we're going to dip down to 50. Damn, we're at 50 degrees.
Last night was cold. I took my AC out, but
Winter is coming.
That's crazy. Okay, so candidates for mayor, we have Mayor Michelle Wu.
hold on, one time. Put it on the screen.
We have Mayor Michelle Wu. We have for Mayor Josh Kraft, Robert Capucci, and Domingos DeRosa.
Is Capucci really running?
I have no idea.
I've never seen Capucci.
In a picture,
Nothing.
Let's go to Instagram and see if we could find a Capucci Instagram. Capucci is somebody who is also going to be on your ballot, so make sure that you at least know of him. So when you go in there, you're not all discombobulated with what's going on. He don't even have an Instagram.
I think he's a plant.
Okay, so his is Robert Capucci. We don't know. And I'm wondering, you know what? I wonder, because we see Domingos a lot in the hood and everything like that, but I don't ever see necessarily across the pond.
Okay.
I wonder if Capucci is that same way. He is tending to his base, maybe, and then I don't know, but I just feel like you should be all over the place.
It's the mayor of Boston.
Yeah.
And Boston, if it was Massachusetts, that's different. But like the governor. But this is the mayor of Boston. We should have seen him somewhere.
Bro,
I never saw him anywhere.
You know he ain't.
And wasn't Maha supposed to have another forum with Capucci and Domingos?
It was going to be on the line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was going to be online.
Okay.
Yeah, I still... okay, he has a little footprint. He has two. Okay, that's... Anyways, for candidates at large candidates, we have Frank Baker, Nicole Millisman, Rachel Nicole Misselman,
No.
Alexandra Valdez. I met her. She's dope. Will Anwar,
Oh, he's at large. Okay.
Erin Murphy, Henry Santana, Eves Marie Jean, Ruthie Louisiane, Marvin DeMathlier, and Julia Mejia. Yeah, I could see who's outside with them. Candidates for Councilor District 1. In District 1, this is I don't know what District 1 is.
Yeah.
You guys look up what district where is District 1? District 1, we have Adariti, Ricardo, and Gabriela Zapata. Ricardo Rodriguez and Adariti Stenzania. I've heard of Zapata only because I was looking something up today.
It's a congressional district.
Okay, what that mean?
The Boston Police Department Neighborhood District.
Oh.
In District 4, we have Brian J. Worrell. We have Helen Cameron and Jawan Skeens. Okay, Jawan.
Jawan.
Good for you, Jawan.
And we only pick one.
We only pick one there. No, we only pick one, and the top two go on to November.
Okay.
Then we have for District 2, we have Charles Jeffrey Delaney, Edward Flynn, and Brian Matthew Foley. Okay. For District 5, we have Winston Pierre, we have Enrique Pepin, and Sharon Hinton. So we all know District 5 pretty well.
I don't know Sharon Hinton though.
Sharon Hinton is old school media.
Okay.
She is campaigning hard alongside Domingos De Rosa.
Okay.
She's community. We have candidates for District 7. We have Saeed Abdibarim.
You said it. Yeah, you said it good yesterday.
This was his middle name. I didn't practice it.
Oh,
Abdikarim. So Saeed Abdikarim. Let me just leave it. But remember, he's the longest one, and he's orange.
Name. He's number 1.
Mr. Culpepper. We have Samuel Hurtado. Akila Court. That is Tishad. We have Coach Saeed Ahmed. Natalia Juba Sutherland. We have Wawa Bell. Wawa's name is Wawa.
Yeah.
That's cool. We in the sake of democracy, we have Sean Nelson, Roy Owens Sr., Maverick Alfonso, and Jerome King. Okay. And then I think that's it. That's where we're at.
Yep.
That's what's on your ballot for today. If you don't know those names, we've had probably about 50%. There's about 14 of them from different districts around. If not, you've heard of them, you've seen them. Some of them, like District 4 or 5, we probably should have had Sharon Hilton, but we have till November, people. This is just kind of narrowing down our pool, and then in November, that's when you decide. So it's a process. Trust the process. With that said, let's get into our round.
Do people ever drop out after the preliminaries? Like if they still get voted to the next round?
I thought about that.
But they know that they're not doing well. Would they drop out? Does that happen?
I thought about that because I was wondering, like in the mayoral race.
Yeah.
Right now they're
that's
predicting
exactly what I'm
that
talking about.
like Mayor Wu is leading the charge.
Yeah.
And then behind her is Josh Kraft, like following by a bunch, I guess.
By a lot.
So I'm wondering, like after September, do you just ramp up your campaigning?
Yeah.
And then hope that you can now that everybody else is out of the way, that you kind of really focus on campaigning. And I'm wondering what the stats are about people closing their margins when they have a large lead. So it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting to see here. You guys have any predictions already about who's going?
I mean, well, we know Mayor Wu and Josh Kraft, obviously for whatever. If we're dwindling down District 7 to We're dwindling down District 7 to how many people?
They get 4, I believe.
4 out of the 13.
No, they get to 8.
They get to 8. So I
don't
mean, Saeed Abdi Karim is definitely going forward. Who else is in it?
I know that. Maverick Alfonso.
Maverick
will definitely
Maverick,
be in there.
Yep. Saeed.
I am hoping that Tishad makes it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of talk about both Saeeds actually.
Yep, me too.
And then Samuel Hurtado, just because I hold a very special place in my heart for him.
Yeah.
I think that he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Roy Owens, dash away that. Sean, whatever, dash away that.
He's
I don't.
not even on this list.
He's there.
No, this list that I have from Boston.com,
Yeah.
he's not on the list.
Good. Jerome King, unfortunately, I don't think that he's going to make it past.
I don't know. I've never heard of him.
You've seen him. You know exactly who he is if you've seen him. I'll show you. You know exactly who he is. Because I was like, oh, you're on it. I see you. So that's where we are right now. We'll get more into this later on. There should be a couple of call-ins today of people, just calling to figure out what y'all trying to say and what y'all trying to do.
King's thing says, elect I am king, Boston City Council. That's very much the Denzel movie.
Y'all want to go into the round of the news?
Yeah.
Yep, let's get into that.
So Boston implements new voting procedures after 2024 ballot shortages. So still in the theme of the voting, with voters heading to the polls in Boston on Tuesday for the first time since November of 2024, officials are preparing to make sure this election goes much more smoothly than the last. In Boston, the most recent presidential election was plagued by issues including multiple polling locations running out of ballots and election workers unable to contact the city's election department. Massachusetts Secretary of State William Galvin launched an investigation into the handling of the election immediately afterward and eventually put the department into receivership. During the September 9th preliminary municipal election, Galvin said all voting precincts should have enough ballots for everyone, plus extras. We're very confident all the ballots that will be necessary for the voters will be in place at the polling place. They will not have any risk of running out of ballots. This year, poll workers will use electronic devices known as poll pads to check in voters at all precincts, according to the city. Poll pads have been used during early voting since 2016, but this is the first time they are being used on Election Day. The devices will speed up the check-in process and make it easier for poll workers to communicate with the election department, the city said. Poll workers have been given extra training this year and will have access to additional manuals to address any issues that may arise in Election Day. WBUR reported. The election department will have plenty of staff on hand to field calls. Poll workers will have separate direct line to the elections office so they can get in touch quickly if needed. During the November 2024 election, ballot shortages led to long lines at affected precincts, with some voters unable to cast a ballot because of the wait time. You signaling me? Oh, no. Tues. Poll workers from some precincts got in touch with Galvin's office when they couldn't get through to the city's election department, and police had to rush additional ballots where they were needed. Though state law requires cities and towns to have ballot on hand for every registered voter, and Galvin's office said the city of a full supply. A February report from the office found that the city failed to comply with those requirements or effectively train poll workers to be ready for issues. So they're better equipped this time, and hopefully the voting process will go a lot smoother.
Good, because we don't need no kind of nothing that's making it seem like our elections ain't correct.
Exactly.
Because that's the first thing they gonna do is come through for us.
Yeah. Wu heads into preliminary election with massive 50-point lead over Kraft.
Go.
A recent poll from Everson College found that Michelle Wu has expanded her lead over Josh Kraft in the mayoral race.
Here's my question. Who are they polling?
I don't
As a super voter,
the
someone
popular
brought
early
this up
votes.
to me. As a super voter, I've never been called and polled before.
Yeah,
I think
this
these are
is
mail-in
from
votes.
Emerson College, so they probably are down there in like downtown Crossing, asking people as they walk by or whatever. So it says just days before Boston's preliminary election, a new poll from Emerson College found Michelle Wu holding a massive 50-point lead over her most significant rival, Josh Kraft.
Appears headed for an easy first place finish in next week's preliminary election. A new poll from Emerson College puts Wu 50 points ahead of her closest challenger, that's Josh Kraft. Kraft has spent millions of dollars on the campaign and has flooded the screens with ads. But take a look at this. These are today's results compared to when Emerson first ran a poll right after Kraft entered the race in February. You can see Wu has built up her standing while Kraft has actually lost ground with voters. Still, the race isn't going to end on Tuesday. The top 2 vote getters will face off in the final election in November.
What is the criteria to go for mayor? How come they don't talk about the other 2 at all?
Yeah.
Like at all. Like even if like
Probably
just to
really
put them down. Like on the when you see the election night results, they always have Jill Stein down there somewhere. She only got 3 votes out of America, but they still include it there. Why don't we, in a small little city like Boston, why are we not including Cappuccino and De Rosa?
Oh, wow.
What is it? Capucci.
I don't know.
Very interesting. I mean, it seems like they're not just discriminating against the black man, they also discriminating against the white man, and that's why we can't have DEI.
It does very much make them seem like they're a non-factor in the race, and that's unfortunate.
Yes.
It's very unfortunate. I really wish that Domingos does well. Does okay in this race.
And I hope that if this part doesn't work out for him, that I think that he has enough of a voice now to go for like an large councilor or a city councilor or something, somewhere where he can still do the work that he is never going to stop doing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. So that's what's happening there. Mayor Wu's ahead. DHS confirms. I'm not going to get into that story. Massachusetts nonprofits are worried as ICE is set to begin crackdown in Boston.
We have a
And
clip
here
here.
goes a clipiando for the folksiando.
Administration says ICE is conducting a surge in the Boston area.
Now, we haven't seen increased activity.
Yep.
1 second.
Tristan broke it.
The Trump administration says ICE is conducting a surge in the Boston area.
Now, we haven't seen increased activity, but the announcement is spreading fear among people in the undocumented community. WBZ's Paul Burton is live in Framingham. And Paul, we know people were frightened even before this announcement.
Yeah, undocumented folks are afraid to come out of their homes, they're afraid to go to work, and local nonprofits are now scrambling to try and figure out ways to serve this population who are in desperate need of support. With reports that ICE is once again targeting Massachusetts.
President Trump's prioritized sanctuary cities because sanctuary cities knowingly release illegal alien public safety threats to the streets every day.
And the Department of Homeland Security launching what they are calling Operation Patriot 2.0, a new initiative designed to crack down hard on undocumented immigrants throughout the state.
The masks and the guns and that's a scary place to be at.
Places like Daniel's Table in Framingham are feeling the impact. They are a food nonprofit that services thousands of families a year. But now many of the immigrants they serve are too afraid to come in and pick up the items they need.
You come here for food and something happens and you have 2 young children sitting at home that have no idea where their mother is. Those are the situations that we're trying to negotiate, to try to figure out.
And he's not alone. Cities and towns across the state are scrambling to adjust and are deeply concerned about the potential increase in ICE raids, especially in Boston, where Mayor Michelle Wu has been criticized by the Department of Homeland Security, calling her a public safety threat with her so-called sanctuary city policies.
Boston is going to continue to uphold the Boston Trust Act, our state law, and the clear separation where our local officials and our city government does not cooperate in the mass deportation efforts that this federal administration is trying to push.
Don't you think think it's weird that the president of the United States even know who the mayor of Boston is. Like, why do you even know her?
Who told you her name?
Yeah, like that's so weird. What is that? That's
petty.
You don't have like you're presidenting wrong.
Trump knows the mayors of all the cities he got low votes.
Because he's petty.
Yeah.
And he tries to get back. This is a full retaliation on you not being my friend.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Speaking of Trump, y'all see the Epstein file book?
The birthday book?
Yeah.
What is that?
What happened?
Boy, I tell you. So this is not what we're talking about today, but I had to go into it. This book for Epstein's 50th birthday, I guess he had this big birthday and everybody would write these messages or passages to him, but it was mostly like pictures and you know, like drawings and poems. That's literally how it was written, like that.
Right.
So when it came out a few weeks ago that Trump had sent him a birthday card for this book or whatever, it was a picture of an outline of a woman's body, and in it was like a written like a poem kind of, and signed with his name. Recently, they're saying after the Epstein release of Epstein files, they released this book now, and Trump is trying to say that he don't draw pictures and he don't even write like that, and that's not his signature. But when you see the book, you see that everybody wrote in poem, everybody submitted some type of picture, and that is your signature. So now they're trying to say, like,
did he sign it at an e-pen? Then it don't
auto pen.
count.
So
Auto
that's
pen.
what we think is happening. That he might have signed it with an auto pen, and therefore people it's not right. So he's suing the people for defamation, saying that it's him.
God.
But literally, it is written for him. It says, here's the poem. Oh, you can't find a good one that says what exactly what it is. I have the Instagram, you know, the shade room. Then why am I burping like that? Where is it? I sent it to what her name is today. Okay, here we go. They have the whole book. So Trump's thing says there must be more. It's a voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald Trump says, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey says, nor will I, since I know what it is. Donald says, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. And Jeffrey says, yes, we do, come to think about it. Donald says, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey says, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me last time that I saw you. Donald says, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Donald Trump.
No.
They was effing
the children. In one of the pictures in the book, it has a picture of it's a drawing of little girls, like little baby girls, giving Jeffrey Epstein a balloon. Like it looks innocent. And then the next picture are these apparent girls grown up rubbing his back on the beach.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I want you guys to understand the type of timing that we are on here in America, to the point where nobody can do anything about the complete and utter disgustingness that is going on in said White House today in this time and age.
The current occupant of the White House.
Occupant of the White House. Tristan, I'm sending it to you in the Facebook. When we get into our national news, we can get into there. But let's keep on going.
Tristan posted something.
No, you can pull out what I just sent you was the whole shebang.
Oh.
Yes. So
what else you got first?
What you?
What else you got?
Sorry. Hasbro is moving its headquarters to Boston, to the seaport from Rhode Island. That's exciting. Mr. Potato Head and them is coming over here. So Hasbro is moving its headquarters to Boston and leaving its longtime home in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, the company announced on Monday. The toy and game maker will move to 400 Summer Street in the seaport. Hasbro will lease 7 floors of the building near the Menino Convention Center. The new space will be home to at least 700 full-time employees, expected to transition from Rhode Island to Boston by the end of 2026, the company said.
Seaport address by the end of next year. City leaders are especially looking forward to the several hundred jobs Hasbro will bring with it.
This has been a long time coming. It's a badge of honor for the city of Boston.
Boston Seaport is about to get even more fun. Global toy and game maker Hasbro is rolling the dice toward a brand new headquarters on Summer Street near the Menino Convention Center. The Boston Business Journal said the new zip code is a no-brainer.
It's the economic center of all of New England. No other city in New England is going to compete with that. There's just a vibrancy and an area of deep talent and innovation that's going on here that doesn't happen anywhere else. And companies just want to be a part of that.
Hasbro had been headquartered in Pawtucket for decades, and Rhode Island leaders did everything to hold on.
At one point, they offered Hasbro an undeveloped parcel in the city of Providence for $1. They even, as of last week, they were scrambling to offer economic incentives, but in the end, it wasn't enough.
The Ocean State's
they got
loss
that same
is
parcel
a
for $1? Because, hello?
Governor Maura Healey is celebrating the latest company to start, relocate, or grow right here.
I think about Lego. I think about Biogen's expansion. I want to thank the legislature for all your work and effort with us in making Massachusetts a great place to do business.
The play and entertainment giant is known for several iconic brands and games, including Monopoly, Play-Doh, Nerf, and Dungeons & Dragons. And in a city long known for business-to-business companies, this consumer brand is a huge score.
Back Bay might have a Wayfair, but Seaport now has Hasbro. It'll be really interesting to see how these two neighborhoods duke it out for high-profile tenants in the...
Why is Wayfair the joint or something? is that amazing? I mean, I like it, but anyway, so that's pretty cool. But I'm wondering about the people that were working for the company that now, like, do they lose their job or they have to commute now to Boston? Is that better for the people who are already there? Like, I understand it's bringing in more jobs here, but still, like, I feel badly.
They probably gonna do a little remoting, little half remote, half come in.
Yeah,
that's how they try. That's why they trying to fix our transit systems now. All these corporate people could start taking the train in and then phase out the cars, and now us little ghettos can't do nothing.
You're right.
I don't know how I made that correlation, but whatever.
I know one thing. If they take away my car and then my job tell me that I gotta come in, then I'm gonna have no job. That's my rationale.
I'm just have to quit.
And then this bad news: Jumper was rescued from a UMass Boston parking deck before leaping yesterday, apparently. So, early reports on Monday, September 8th, stated that a person attempting to jump from a parking structure at the University of Massachusetts in Boston was rescued before they could fall. Initial reports said the person was on the roof of the garage. Boston police confirmed they were called to the scene at 100 Morrissey Boulevard just before noon, but they were there to support UMass Boston police. Calls to the school for more information were not immediately returned, and details of what led to the situation or the person's intentions are not clear.
So, was this a rescue like in 911? Remember when they was jumping, they was falling, and the one went through the window and captured her right before she hit the ground? Is it that type of drama that we deal with here in these kind of situations?
I think the person was about to jump, and somebody was like, "Hey, don't do that," and they was like, "Okay," and then they came down. I don't think it was. It was very dramatic. I mean, we can say that if it sounds better. You know, like,
that's what I automatically imagine. The glass broke. The firefighter flew through the window, rescued it as it was about to hit the third floor.
Yes, no.
That dramatic.
It's not. But yes, that is what happened.
Fine. You guys are boring.
My bad. It's even more boring. That's the last story for the local news. We're going to take a short break, come back, and we've got some good stuff for you in the national world. And we have a call coming in from Julia Mejia, who is going to tell us about her run for city councilor at large again. Be right back. Spark FM.
Good morning. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Tues.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Hi, it's Mayor Michelle Wu. Together, we're working to make Boston a home for everyone. Boston has become the safest major city in America. We've built more affordable housing and helped more families become first-time homeowners than ever before. We've invested in our schools, expanding paid youth summer jobs, early college and career, and boosting free universal pre-K, early education, and childcare. I'm asking for your vote on September 9th.
Vote to re-elect Mayor Wu on Tuesday, September 9th. Paid for by the Wu Committee. MichelleForBoston.com.
Hi everyone, Ruthie Louisiane here, President of the Boston City Council and at-large City Councilor. I'm humbly asking for your vote during the preliminary election on Tuesday, September 9th, and then again at the general election on Tuesday, November 4th. As President of the Council, I've been focused on making housing more affordable, both for our renters and our homeowners, to make opportunities available for all. We've also been working to expand contracting so that more of our Black and brown businesses and our small businesses can get some of the big contracts that we have here in the city of Boston. I'm Ruthie Louisiane, daughter of this city, born and raised in Mattapan and Hyde Park, BPS kid, lawyer, and I'm humbly asking for your vote so I can continue to do the work of the people of the city. Thank you.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com.
Turn us up.
Daddy now learn. Take the love and breathe.
Spark FM.
And we are back, and we are joined with a special guest. Can you hear us, guest?
I can hear you loud and clear over here.
Woo! Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We got Mr. Carlos Henriquez back on a Super Tuesday.
Yeah,
stranger.
Triz, you supposed to be ready, Triz. Triz, you supposed to be ready for me, man.
Carlos, where you been? Where in the world is Carlos San Diego?
How y'all doing this morning?
We want to know where you at. Is he not hearing me?
I see y'all staying hydrated and getting your breaking fast this morning. And
you can't hear me.
You hear us?
Okay, y'all got mad snacks. What y'all snacking? Y'all like the snack crew in the morning.
Brother,
can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you guys hear? Can you hear Tony? Say something.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You ain't not snacking.
All right, cool.
Yes. I'm not snacking. I'm eating I'm drinking
snacking.
Okay, fine.
He says snacking.
A bottle of
watching.
water. Don't be looking at us on the live feed.
Y'all forget y'all stream, exactly. You're live.
Carlos, I was asking, I said, welcome back, stranger. And
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you. And I know I can't take up too much time. I got the big wigs calling in live from the field today.
I said, where in the world is Carlos San Diego today? Because you don't ever be in the country.
Well, I've been traveling. I was in the city not too long. I was in Boston a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and then caught the Jazz Festival in Washington, D.C. last weekend for Labor Day. And,
jeez.
You know, just
Just
trying to live
feel
life,
to be
great
God's
memories.
favorite. My goodness.
Highly favored, blessed and highly favored, as the good Christian folks say.
Amen. Carlos, we want to
Yeah.
hear your high level overall, thoughts around this preliminary election situation.
Yeah.
I mean, most of these races, the insiders already know the results to already, with the exception of like the highly contested preliminaries, like a D7 is probably up in the air, right? It probably has a very slim margin in terms of between 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think the mayor's race, at least the preliminary, is going to be as close as people make it look on social media.
I haven't seen. For me, what the buzz around town is that it's not going to be a close race at all.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so.
No.
And usually if you're running a good campaign, you already know today, or you knew last weekend, how many votes you have, how many votes you can bank on, how many votes you've identified by now. Regardless of the polls, you've been out for 6 months. Every time I show up on the Johnson doorstep, if y'all say y'all are voting for me, I mark you down as a one in the system, and then I go to the next doorstep. And then a week before Election Day, I send you a letter saying, don't forget you're voting for me, and I count you both as ones. That's 2 votes in that household I got. So you've been counting all summer if you're doing your job. Some people don't count. I remember when I first ran a couple times, I wasn't counting. I was just, popularity contest. But the big races for big money, you count, and, you have an idea whether you're winning, whether you're losing, whether you're going to try to come from behind in second place for the finals and surge, or whether you're done and, this is the end until your next race if you decide to do it again. So I think the D7 race is going to be critical to watch.
Yeah.
Do you see any front runners there?
In the D7 race?
From your end?
Yeah, what I've been seeing is Maverick Alfonso, Minya Culpepper,
Really?
and I think Hurtado and Tashad both have good. I don't know what they look like on the ground, right? I'm just talking about what people are saying when you hear the conversation. Those are the names that keep coming up. But again, you could be popular in conversation, but not really knocking doors and identifying voters, and you'll find that out tonight at 11 o'clock.
What about Abdi Karim? You haven't heard it?
Oh, you know who now? I think who's told my Tashad yard. I know exactly who took my Tashad yard sign.
He took that?
Absolutely. I have heard Saeed's name. I mean, there's both Saeed, so there's Abdi Karim and then Coach. I don't know how well that extends. All these candidates have I don't want to say a base because they haven't been on the ballot before, but they have affinity groups that look to them, right? Maverick Alfonso might have Cape Verdeans and pay him attention because he's of Cape Verdean descent. Minya Culpepper might have elder black people looking at him because he's an elder black person. You know what I mean? So everybody has kind of a group. You might be an African immigrant, and you might have the large African immigrant population in Roxbury looking at you. So all those play, but then how can you grow outside your base? How can you get, if I'm of African descent, can I get, Latinos and Cape Verdeans to vote for me? How do I cross over and get that majority vote, which could be a very low vote? You could win the preliminary or place top 2 with a couple thousand votes in District 7 today.
I feel like the buzz that I've heard was that Abdi Karim, Orange Man, is definitely like one of the front runners. And I think
he was endorsed by he was endorsed too, right?
Huh?
And I think Councilor Fernandez Anderson endorsed him too.
She did. Yeah. How does that? In something like that, with her facing
I'm
what
gonna put
she's
this question
facing?
right back on you. I'm about to put this question right back on you. You're a super voter in District 7. Let me ask the question. When you see a situation like that, where this was your city councilor, and of course she resigned from office under, the investigation or what was going on with her legal issues, when she tells you who she thinks is going to be her best replacement, How do you feel as a District 7 super voter, Ms. Johnson?
So,
how does that decision influence your vote or your decision?
Thank you for the question, Carlos. You know what? Because I feel a little outlier-ish, I am not completely unhappy about Tanya's campaign or Tanya's leadership in D7. I do believe that she had a heart to do for her people and be for community, and I saw her show up and I saw her outside. So when she, even though she has now this negative stigma on her, when she says Saeed, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going for the person who's for the district, who is not about the pomp and circumstance. So that's that. But in other people, I'm wondering if they are the same, since I've been, not against Tanya. It's more so like, what are they feeling? Because I know people have big feelings around her. And when she endorses someone, it could be, it could be some backlash for them, and I was worried about that.
So let's wait. To be clear, she endorsed Maverick.
No, she endorsed Saeed.
No, she endorsed Saeed Abdi Karim. And usually with an endorsement, you usually ask for it, right? So I don't think she did it without him asking. Oh. So I think he would probably have, this is all speculation, but I would think that he had to weigh the pros and cons of, getting that endorsement as well. I've been in that situation where I've endorsed a mayoral candidate when I was in the middle of my own legal issues in 2013. But like you said, if people believe in you, they believe in your work, and they pay attention to what you say. When you point in a direction, they look over there because they know your character. It could cut both ways. I think you're absolutely right, Sauce.
And with this race being so large, I almost feel like any type of visibility to your campaign either works for or not. Well, obviously, how much does an endorsement weigh on someone's candidacy?
They're all different. So some make you look like you just described and I just described. Some of them just give you a look where people weren't looking at you before, and this person said, "Look over there," and everybody goes, "Oh yeah, that is a nice orange shirt." In other cases, sometimes it comes with troops. And when I say troops, I mean like volunteers. Like sometimes people go, "Oh, Los is behind them. Oh well, I'm gonna send them some money. I'm gonna send $25. I'm gonna send $100 because Los is behind them. Or I got 2 weekends to give. If Los goes out and does a lit drop, I'll go with Los and we'll go lit drop a precinct because Los is endorsing. I might bring my A team with me. So it really depends. Same thing with unions and other groups. Sometimes you get a check. Sometimes you get a check and some volunteers. Sometimes you don't get anything. Sometimes you just get a name. And you got to then take that name and print it on your own flyer and then pass your own flyer out. You could get an endorsement from the Globe or the Herald, but you might not like or respect those two periodicals, so it might help, it might not. Yeah. They're all different. But at the end, you see, even in the mayor's race, there's a lot of 11th-hour endorsements before the preliminary.
Like, I was just hold on. So today I got an email that, again, in this same exact respect, Diane Wilkerson endorsed Josh Kraft.
Yep.
These types of things, I'm like, how does that look? Because it's the same thing as Tanya, whatever. Is that endorsement looked upon in a positive to people, or is it a negative?
Right. I think it depends, right? Like I think Senator Wilkerson has a constituency and always has maintained. Now it's not as large as when she was the sitting senator, but she's maintained a constituency. She stayed active. So there are people in the community that look to her for leadership around politics and issues. So if she's taking her flag with one camp, you might not have looked at that camp until she went over there. I thought it was impressive to see a Delta and a woman that wears so much red stand on camera wearing blue. It was like seeing Snoop Dogg's aunt. You know what I'm saying? But she believes in him, so she's going to stand by him. So some people will pay attention, some people might be turned off. But that's the nature of all endorsements. So we'll see whether that turns into people actually getting out and voting today and again on November, if assuming that Josh Kraft makes it through to November.
So earlier we were talking, and I had a question about when you get through the preliminaries and you see that what we read is that Emerson did a poll, and according to their poll, Mayor Wu was ahead by 50%. If you have that big of a lead, how do you feel as the second person? Do you how do you?
Good question.
Move forward from there.
Good question. So it really depends. Usually, let's put the Emerson poll into perspective. Polls are polls. Sometimes they can give you great information. Like you can look at data and it could paint you a good picture, but sometimes it can paint you a wrong picture, right? Emerson polls 1,000 people. Depending on where they poll those 1,000 people, you get a certain answer. Right? If you poll 1,000 people on Morton Street about soca, you're gonna get a different answer than if you poll 1,000 people off of the Jamaica way about soca music, right? You get a completely different answer, so it depends on who you're asking. So let's say he's down. The results come in, and tomorrow he's actually down 50 points. When we say 50 points, we mean 50% of the vote. Right, that's saying that she has 50% more than him. She's at 80, he's at 30%.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
In most races, that race is over.
Yeah.
Truth be told, you're not going to pick up 50% of the vote in 8 weeks if you couldn't get more than 30% of the vote in 6 months.
Right.
So the math is bad. So you have to be what we call it within striking distance. If you're not 20%, 30 is a long shot, but you probably have to be within 20 to be able to say, oh, okay, this many more people are going to come out. We have a strategy to get more people to get, and we can pick up those votes.
Yeah.
But how
likely is that to happen?
Very unlikely.
Oh.
Very unlikely. So
is the race officially over? Do they call it then, or
no? They won't. They won't call it. It all depends on the candidate. Right? You've got people behind. You got volunteers. So this is an uphill race for anybody to unseat an incumbent in the city of Boston. It's Anissa Asabi George, who also I think just came on and endorsed Josh Kraft last night or this morning.
See, those kind of things that I'm confused about, because all of these people are really kind of pushing their weight behind Josh Kraft, even though he's still.
Why so late?
Yeah, like when they could have helped.
So with her, let's use her as an example. I would have called her first, not last. Yeah. And maybe he did. Again, this is speculation. I don't want people to think that I've had phone calls with these folks. I call Anissa Asabi George first if I'm going to run against Wu, because that's who just lost to Wu.
Yeah.
Like, that's who just got the most votes in opposition.
Right.
So for round numbers, let's say she got 50,000 votes and Michelle Wu got 90,000 votes, just to give us round numbers because I suck at math. They're 40,000 votes apart, right?
Yeah.
So if I come in, let's say being nice to Josh Kraft, that he started with 30,000 of Anissa's 40,000. That's being nice, because she's been a singing counselor. Her name was on the ballot. People have voted for her before. No one's ever voted for him before.
Right.
I'm not going to give him the whole 40,000. I'm going to give him the whole 40,000. Now, day one, he's down by 40,000 votes. He needs 40,000 votes to catch up to Michelle Wu by November. Let's say Michelle Wu in 3 years pissed off 20,000 people. Let's say that those 20,000 people aren't in that vote that Anissa passed over to Josh Kraft, right? Let's say she pissed off a whole new 20,000 people. That takes him from 50 to 70 and takes her from 90 to 70. Now they would equal, and it would take 20,000 new people to be pissed off with her in 3 years for him to have a chance. Nobody pisses off that many people without a huge scandal. Or dying in office is almost an insurmountable task to catch up. It's going to be very hard to catch up.
For a while, I thought that, our three biggest was going to sink her. Mass and Cass, White Stadium, Blue Hill.
But Mass and Cass been an issue since 2011. They ain't saying no mayor yet.
Listen, Mass and Cass is the only person that I've ever heard that said anything that made a little bit sense about Mass and Cass was Frank Baker. Yesterday.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Well, other people I've heard say good things, but what I'm saying is nobody makes it their voting issue.
Yeah, that's very true. Nobody says
it's not a voting issue. It's not. But these are bike lanes. Nobody is going to be like, I'm just waiting to hear what their position on bike lanes is, and then I'm gonna go. Like those, they're not talking about. Yeah. So.
It felt like it was all noise, all that. It was just like propaganda.
Bike lane stuff.
And y'all love, and y'all three are the crowd that I would be anti-bike lane too. So if it ain't just y'all off your chairs and like, then it ain't moving nobody, because y'all been on bike lanes, anti-bike lanes way before anybody else.
We like bike lanes, just not here.
Just not on Cummins Highway, American Legion Highway, Columbus Avenue, or Blue Avenue. Anywhere where there's cars, y'all don't want no bike lanes.
Anywhere where my car is, I don't want
right.
Carlos, this morning, Sharon Hinton, by way of Tanya Fernandez Anderson, posted a graphic. Tristan, I sent it to you in your Facebook. Posted a graphic today.
I was talking about it last night.
And this was counselors' alignment with Mayor Wu. I was interested to see how come there wasn't one with Josh Kraft as well. But or just putting aligning all of them on the same thing, but maybe that was a little too much. You did have some commentary about it in respects to how it was done. Tell us about this graphic that we're seeing here.
So first, let me just shout out Councilor Fernandez Anderson, who put together a great package to pass on to whoever succeeds her in office. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just talking about this infographic. I mean, she really did some things that she archived that most councilors or any elected official doesn't really leave their successor.
And she did that way before she was sentenced a while ago when she knew that she had to resign. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to shout her out for that, because that work is incredible, and that's how you pass the torch and look out for your community beyond yourself. This graphic is what I was talking about with the polls, right? If you can get data, but if it doesn't give you all the information, it leaves you guessing. Mm-hmm. So this shows you when the councilors are aligned, and I'm putting air quotes, y'all can't see me, but aligned with Mayor Wu.
Okay.
Now, we can't assume that aligning with Mayor, well, first, it has the positions above on the top going from left to right, and it has the councilors going from top to bottom on the left-hand side. Mm-hmm. The issue on the top, it doesn't tell you what Mayor Wu's position is.
Okay.
Now, it assumes that you already know where she is on these positions. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit insider. And that's fine. Maybe we have to do our homework to catch up, but it'd be better if we had summaries that told you where she is on each one of these.
Because in this one, I know some of the issues, but I don't know anything about O'Brien School. What's the question?
Right, whether that was moving it, whether she wanted to move it, whether she didn't want to move it, whether Madison Park, whether she's fun. I mean, it's not clear, so it can be misinterpreted very easily if you don't know. Mm-hmm. And so that's all I felt like was missing. Usually with a position, you tell me what the summary is, or you tell me that they took a vote on that summary, on the basis of that issue. You give me 2 lines and say, moving residents from Mass and Cass to Shattuck as an emergency shelter. Mm-hmm. Was the mayor was for it, and then you show me a check mark and how many councils were for it. And then I can make a decision, because some of these alignments might be good, right? You might want your council to be aligned on some of these things. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't paint you a full picture. Sometimes you want your council to be aligned with the mayor if you believe the mayor is moving in progress, especially for you, your family, and your neighborhood. Sometimes you want your council to be opposed. So like Mejia has the most opposition. We call that voting off from leadership in the House. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's not necessarily a good thing. And you can't really tell unless you really know all these stances on all these issues and how they didn't align. So with this piece, I'm not a big fan of this piece, because it leaves too much to guess. Mm-hmm. But I love the idea of creating these kind of infographics that help people understand where we are politically, because that's the hurdle we still have to do as communities of color.
It's basic education here, because people like colors and they like things that are easy to read. Check
Larry
marks
says it looks like a bingo card.
It do look like a bingo card. But it is very telling. A random question.
But you got to consider the source. We have to consider the source. Like, until we know the sources and how and all the data and the summary, then we should always remain a little bit skeptical. But I like it.
What is the Madison Park issue? Because nobody liked that. Everybody hated it.
Right, and I don't even know. When I look at Madison Park, I think about how many mayors have punted on it and not really invested in Madison Park the way it should be, like they did in Worcester. Yeah. So I don't know what it is. I think maybe she was thinking about combining Madison Park and O'Brien, or changing Madison Park from vocational to something else, and that's why everybody's against it. But that's what I mean. If it's not common knowledge, then and y'all are super voters. We're super voters, and we don't know from a glance what this means.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So that's the part where the people that create it need to do a little bit more, and those of us in politics need to do a little bit more homework. We should know most of these.
Yeah.
Because we should know all the names on the left. We should know the neighborhoods they represent, and we should know most of these issues and have an opinion on most of those issues.
Yeah.
All right, so today is Super Tuesday. Everybody goes, not everybody. Quick maths. In the city council at large, we have 10. We move down to 8.
You got it.
And then at District 7, somebody like District 7, well, any of the districts.
All the rest of the races will move down to 2.
So only 2, even from District 7, only 2 go click?
Only 2. Top 2 mayor, top 2 district.
Oh,
really? Today? Top 8 voters going at large, and the top 8 bubble down, and then 3 will win out of the top 8. But yes, 2. That's it.
Wow. So today is the preliminaries is important.
Yeah. You don't get another shot at those candidates who have been out on the fringe.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned the front runners, the top 2, because after that, now they're going to fold up camp. Either they're going to endorse somebody in the front 2, or they're going to stay out of it.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know
this
that.
is good. So, Carlos, will you be able to, I'm putting you on the spot, would you be able to call in tomorrow after the election results so that we can briefly, high-levelly discuss them as we march towards November?
Yeah, we can chop it up tomorrow.
Yes! Got him. Pressure, peer pressure. Everybody make sure if he don't show up tomorrow, we're going to all text him at the same, DM him at the same time.
I'm going to put it on my calendar. I got Gemini putting it on my calendar already.
All right, and I'll confirm with you a time, and then everything moves, then we'll go from there.
And you guys got Councilman Mejia coming on next?
Yep, she is waiting on the line. So thank you so much. Not to kick you off,
That
but we'll
woman's on
talk
her
to you
grind.
tomorrow.
No, I'm happy to get off the way for her. Shout out Julie Mejia.
Bye, Carlos. Take care.
Bye.
Wow, that, perspective.
I know, like that. I don't know why. First of all, I don't have a vote in that race. First of all, but second of all, I feel like that about District 7.
I thought it was like 4 they were going down to, so we know it is 2.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, 2. my vote is so important today.
Yeah.
And literally, that's how all of you guys should feel when you hear things like that. You have to really understand how very important your one tiny little vote is.
Oh, man.
Again, we talk about Julia Mejia all the time. Her first time running, she won by exactly 1 vote. This was after a recount, because I think it was like at 8. Yeah. And then when they recounted, it was like, error, you only won by 1 vote.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She is supposed to be, there. Let's see. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hola, mi gente. ¿Cómo está?
Oh, my God. I love this right now. I feel like I'm in the Caribbean with my Caribbean queen.
How you doing?
Good morning.
I'm out here doing my job, getting the votes out, making sure that people recognize their power. I've been telling people, if you don't like any of the candidates, put your own name on that ballot. But whatever you do, don't sit this one out, because this is not just about an election. This is about demonstrating political power in communities that have been left out.
Yes,
Period.
absolutely.
How this is, what this is your third?
Oh, my God.
Your third. How does it feel this time compared to your first time?
Well, the first time I won by 1 vote, y'all.
Yep, we just talked about that.
We literally
every vote matters. So what is interesting about this time is that, I'm running as, I didn't do any political endorsements. I didn't give any, and I didn't ask for any. So I'm running like I ran the first time, all by myself with just the people and God, right? Like, I'm super intentional about not undermining democracy. I'm not a queen maker or a queen maker, right? So it's been a little bit spicy when I'm here, just trying to be, like I would just say, mindful of the political climate that we're navigating in. So I'm excited that the people that I serve and the people that I go the hardest for are the least to go turn out to vote. So that's what I'm a little bit worried about, because I don't have a machine working with me. I just have me and the people that I serve, and so y'all better come out and vote, because every vote's going to matter. And like I said, even if you don't vote for me or any, if you don't like any of us, just put your name on the ballot, because it's about shifting power.
For you, we didn't get a chance to speak to you before, and I'm pretty sure we will later. But what are your top 2 priorities? Your top 2 priorities.
Yeah, so, when I've been being on the council, I'm in my, 5th year, I've already passed over 20 pieces of legislation. These are laws that I have passed And you know what? Ms. Hot Sauce, you've been a part of that policy making, right? And so we've established departments and all of this good stuff. But my priority is to really make sure that I'm holding myself accountable to the work, right? So I started an initiative this past year to audit some of the laws that I've passed to make sure that it's meeting the motives, because it's all good to pat yourself in the back, but if the work that you are trying to do is not really reaching people, then you need to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And so I'm starting to do more audits of my work and the laws that we have to just see if they're working and what amendments we need. So that's definitely a priority in my next term, God willing, you know. And then the other piece of my priority is that I really want to expand democracy. I want people to understand that at the end of the day, the people do have the power. And so really focusing on what I'm calling a co-governance model, building policies in direct partnership with the people so that we can have more civic engagement. Because right now people don't know what a state senator is, what a state rep is, what a city council does.
Yeah.
So I want to really focus on civic engagement and to help people understand the role of government, because in this climate that we're navigating in, it is really easy to get lost in the sauce, if you will, the hot sauce. But I want people to be super informed so that they understand that at the end of the day, we work for y'all. Your tax dollars pays from our salaries, and so we have to shift. It's all about power shifting in the next 2 years for me.
Yeah.
Are you how are you doing? Aside from campaigning, this is a tough time. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of wear and tear on your mind, on your body. You have signed up for this, but you're still a human being. How are you doing?
You know what? No one really asks me that question, which is why I love calling y'all, because you understand the whole person, right? Not just the political, traditional, blah, 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 right? So how am I doing, to be 100% honest? Like, I have a mom that is aging rapidly, and I have a teenage daughter who is growing rapidly. And both of these two beings, these beautiful souls, have a higher need as they continue to reach their milestones. And so,
that's crazy too. Yeah,
that's what Kamala Harris was talking about, the sandwich generation.
So I am living that right now. So my mom is, 76, acting like she's,
12.
In terms of me, it's 12 exactly. And my daughter is 15, and she's acting like she's 30, right? So, and I'm a single mom. I don't get child support, right? So I'm the mother and the father, right? And so I have a lot to carry. But I'm holding it down in the midst of having 2 full-time jobs. So I'm running for office full-time, and I'm serving in office. And and because I'm carrying it all, I'm doing side work and hustle and here and there, trying to just make all my ends meet. So I'm stretched, but you know what? I'm blessed, and I feel incredibly grateful that I get to fight for a living. And because I don't read about it in a textbook, right? I live it. I can show up as I am, and so I feel really good that I can sleep at night and knowing that, I don't know anybody but God and the people my feet,
And you show up. You show up.
You're one of those people who are almost the poster child for what civic engagement is, what it means to get out into the polls and vote. We use your story literally all the time of winning by one, and really kind of helping, like, inadvertently, you're making people fully understand that it literally takes one vote. Them going to the polls can be the difference between somebody winning and somebody losing. At large city councilor, there are 10 of you guys right now.
I know that's right.
10. And there's 4 seats available. Does that?
Oh my God! And all of us are fighting for our seats right now.
Exactly.
So that's what I love about democracy, because people can't get too comfortable in their seats, right?
Absolutely.
That's why every 2 years I run like it's my first time, because people, out of respect for the process, I need to demonstrate why I matter, right? And people can't, because you're an incumbent, that doesn't mean anything, right? What have you done, right? How have you transformed the lives of those that you serve? Now, people, I can't say that, everybody knows who I am, but I work really hard at making sure that people feel the impact that the office is supposed to make, right? So there's 10 of us. It's going to get dwindled down to 8, and then those 8 will make it onto the general election, and then out of those 8, 4 will get selected. And I just want to reiterate that you get 4 votes. Like, people are also confused. They're like, oh, my God, I love you, but I also like Lucy. Or I like this new guy named Marvin. I'm like, y'all can like up to 4. Y'all can, it's like you're not cheating on us. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or y'all can just give me 1, whatever you want. But I'm like, you don't have to be on the down low. You can be proud about who you're supporting. And if you got 4 of us, take us all 4. You can date us all, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate you for saying that. You can't get comfortable in this politics world. One question that I've been asking people, because same thing with you. Do you consider yourself a politician? Now, you are technically, but do you consider yourself a politician?
No, I actually hate the word politician. No, for real. I walked into that as an activist. I walked into that chamber as an activist and a community organizer first. And now I am called an insider, but I have the heart of an outsider, right? So I'm a public servant. I understand the assignment. Politicians negotiate, which is why I don't endorse political candidates or ask for endorsements, because I'm unbought and unbossed, right? Like, I don't owe anybody but the people, right? So politicians negotiate, and sometimes they negotiate against our own good, and that's just decisions that people make. But I don't have those compromises or those commitments to other elected officials or politicians, whatever, because I choose to operate differently. Right. And because I operate differently, I don't have the machine.
Yeah.
And because I don't have the machine behind me, I'm at risk as a grassroots candidate who doesn't tolerate bad behavior from politicians. So I am an elected official.
I want, I love how humble you are, but let's not get it twisted, all right? You outside, you have your base, you have your constituents that love you. You're out here doing the work. So you are a very, very strong candidate that I feel like you should be out here popping your collar for your record and the things that you have done. Like, it's good to, the independent and grassroots, but you're out here working, and it shows in your work, and it shows with the kind of support that you continuously get from all sectors of Boston. So I want you to understand that you are seen, and we hear you before we see you.
Definitely hear it before we see it.
So, I feel like you should feel good about where you are and your record and what you have done, because my man is no punk ass politician or civic leader. You outside fighting for the people, and we see it and we hear it, and kudos to you, and to the very, very best of luck to you out there today and in November. As we know where you're going.
And you know what? Those are the things that matter to me most, is the people who I serve, to hear that from people like y'all. Like, for real, because you all are out here doing the damn thing, right? Like, running a whole station, right? Being right on Blue Hill Ave, representing, right? And demonstrating what it looks like to be a boss, right? And so, like, I just want to say thank you for creating a space and a platform to uplift the Caribbean community, to uplift Black people, to uplift people who come to this country ready to, just grow. Like, you guys are a representation of that. And when you worked with me during COVID, I don't know if you remember, Miss Hot Sauce, we did, I don't know if you COVID fog in memory, because sometimes people forget stuff, but we hosted a conversation for single moms, remember?
Yeah, with wine.
And yes, right? And so, and since then, I never let you go, right? Like, I've been your ride or die. And your uncle and I worked together with Teen Against Gang Violence. So for me, I just didn't parachute out of nowhere. I grew up in this space, and that's why people who know me know my work, know my heart, right? And so I just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. And then one day, I'm going to tell my team so that I can get to you all, so y'all I can talk about all the good trouble that we've gotten into over the last 2 years.
And have more wine, there,
you know.
Well, non-alcoholic wine while you campaigning.
Yeah.
With that said, Julia, how do we find you? How do we support you? Where do we find your website, social media, all of that? Give it down.
That's right. So I'm Julia for FOR Boston. That's Julia for Boston. And on my website is www.julia4boston. I'm accessible. People DM me all the time. That's where most of my constituent cases come through, is through my social media. So if you need anything, I represent the entire city of Boston, no matter what neighborhood you live in. So just reach out to me there and let me know how I can be of service. Our job is to pass the city budget, to develop laws that impact and improve the quality of life for my constituents, right? So whatever you need, if you have an idea or a project or whatever, I'm always looking for partnerships. So just reach out and, put me to work. Your tax dollars pays for my salary. So you know what? You guys are my boss, and I want you all to know that I'm here to work for you. So I appreciate the time. That's right. No. These politicians out here thinking they're celebrities. Nah, y'all are public service.
Exactly.
Period.
Yep.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good
Thank
luck
you.
today out there in the polls. Everybody, you have until 8 p.m. to go cast your vote. And it's yours. It's your time to shine.
That's right. And put your own name on the ballot if you don't like any of us. So whatever you do, let everybody know that you exist.
Yes,
that's
sir.
how they start paying attention to us, okay?
Julia Mejia for Boston City Councilor at Large. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Bye.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Mayor Michelle Wu. Together, we're working to make Boston a home for everyone. Boston has become the safest major city in America. We've built more affordable housing and helped more families become first-time homeowners than ever before. We've invested in our schools, expanding paid youth summer jobs, early college and career, and boosting free universal pre-K, early education, and childcare. I'm asking for your vote on September 9th.
Vote to re-elect Mayor Wu on Tuesday, September 9th. Paid for by the Wu Committee. MichelleForBoston.com.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If on no man swear the way you are gonna see your million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I do the life and not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like easy.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
All right, we're back. Spark FM online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. It's been a fun day learning all of that we have learned. So let's just go back into our news. We'll give you, I guess, the top headlines of anything that's happening right now. We went through local, right? Friend of Michael Brown who helped spark hands on Don't Shoot chant dies after being shot in Ferguson. Well, goddamn.
Terrible.
That is terrible. What we know about the agreement for detained South Korean workers to return home. Why were we detaining South Korean workers?
It was a big deal. There was some big
What
deal
happened?
I don't know.
When hundreds of federal, state, and local officers descended on a Georgia Hyundai manufacturing plant last week, they came armed with a judicial search warrant naming 4 people. Ultimately, over 450 people were taken into custody, official says, suspected of living and working illegally in the United States. Hold on. What was y'all doing? What was the all 450 y'all doing? Waiting around, hanging out?
This is I had that question when we were doing the local stories about the immigrant communities that are now afraid, the undocumented communities that are now afraid.
Yeah.
What y'all weren't working towards getting documents all this time?
No,
how does it go?
they can't. They're getting pulled out in the court. So like what's happening is that even the documented that things might be getting expired soon, they're trying to go and fix those now, but as they're going in, they're being detained.
Oh.
So like nothing is serious. Like you, just because you have legal whatever, if you got to go back, chances are they might end up detaining you too.
Oh, okay.
So in this respect, I don't know, because that was a big controversy too. They're like, why are you guys taking the people that are going to court, or people who have appointments? They've been canceling their appointments. They've been rescheduling them to different days and stuff like that, so that their time runs out and whatever. But it's been very crazy. Yeah, it's been very, very crazy, and that's why everybody's so protesting and in an uproar, because how they're going about things is just not right. It's not right. Go to this story. Let me hear it on the news, because I don't know.
In the U.S. illegally. So I want to go live now to CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez with more on this. Camilo, before I ask about the details of this agreement, we actually have word that Mexico's president said 23 of those detainees are Mexican workers. Do we know if the Mexican government is working on their release?
Hi, Jules. That is correct. Mexican government officials have indeed identified 23 of these detained workers as Mexican nationals. According to the Mexican government, these workers have been interviewed by Mexican officials inside an ICE detention center in southern Georgia. They have been able to speak to consular officials about their rights and their due process rights here in the U.S. And according to Mexican officials, the 23 detainees who are of Mexican origin, many of them have opted and chosen to return to Mexico voluntarily, and officials from that country say, Jules, that many of them should be repatriated to Mexico in the coming days. That would potentially avoid having them stay in ICE custody indefinitely, potentially, and facing a legal deportation process, Jules.
So is that
Can
an
you
option?
break
Can you
down
just
this
be
deal
like, don't
between
deport
South
me, I'll just
Korea-
go back to my country myself?
That's what I would do. What you're not going to do is detain me somewhere else. if you're gonna deport me, hand me my little papers, let me get my little plane ticket, and I'm gonna go.
Right.
I'm just gonna go. I don't want you guys touching me. Don't talk to me. Nothing. Leave me alone.
So basically, is it that if you are not an American citizen, like taking the citizen exam, did a citizenship exam, then you are in danger of being sent out of here?
Especially if you have a record of any kind, civic or bivic.
All right.
Crazy story. There were experts here to build a new battery plant for Hyundai, and this MAGA person running for office reported them. Now Hyundai, like, welp, now we won't be able to deliver. Yeah, I mean that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, Brendan.
It's what the hell is wrong with everybody? We're in a terrible place. Keeping it moving. New NBC News poll: 21% of Americans furious with Trump's second term so far.
21%.
21%. I'm sure it's not just 21%.
You are fake news.
So I'm not even gonna read that because who you guys polled? Nobody. President Donald Trump receives mixed reaction at U.S. Open. He was booed off the stage. He doesn't care though. Boos to him sound like cheers.
Any attention is good attention to Donald Trump.
Wedding crashers arrested after stealing over $60K from a Glendale reception. See, this is you don't wedding crash like that. You wedding crash and eat free food, have
You
the
dance,
open bar, you
meet a
dance.
Look what they crashed the wedding
Yeah.
with. Look what they crashed.
They didn't crash it. They terrorized the wedding because
What
that
were
is.
they going to? They were going to hold the wedding people hostage. What is?
I
going
think that's
on there?
exactly what they did. I think that's exactly
wild
what they
work.
did. Let me hold on. I got to open that because who crashes a wedding like that? I've never heard of wedding crashing like that. Police announced Saturday they've arrested 2 men suspected of working together to crash a Glendale a wedding and steal expensive gifts from the reception. The grand theft suspects, identified by Glendale police, stole about $60,000 in cash and gift box filled with dozens of checks. How they gonna cash them? Police said it happened last week at the Renaissance Banquet Hall, located in wherever. Details on the theft are limited, but officials said those who know the victims ran out of the venue with gifts and jumped in a getaway car with somebody else behind the wheel. They both fled in a black SUV. That's crazy. They
did know the victims?
I guess so. No, I don't know how this is read. It just how when they put too much words in it. Just tell me if it was an inside job.
Oh yeah, they found all those firearms inside, a bunch of firearms inside of the homes of the 2 people that burglarized out.
Yeah, because they was going to murder kill those people.
They also find a large amount of narcotics.
Yep, it had to be crack. Appeals court upholds $83 million judgment against Trump for defaming E. Jean Carroll. Well, look at that. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Look at America doing something. Yeah. And then right into the entertainment.
So what happened was, Trump, just quickly on that story, Trump told them that it was an excessive amount of money that they were looking for from her. So she was awarded like $16 million for his defaming her, and then another $65 million for something else, and he was like, that's excessive, that's too much, and he appealed it. And they were like, no, you didn't prove that you did it, and you did was create an environment where she was threatened and she received death threats and all that stuff, so pay up. You're gonna pay her that $83 million.
Good. He's got it. He's making that in a day in the White House. So pay her all her money, stupid. Aiden Ross claims Megan Thee Stallion savagely sent mariachi band to swindle and serve him court papers in defamation lawsuit related to Tory Lane's shooting incident. As she should.
Yep. He kept on ducking the people who were trying to give him the papers and ducking him. And so and then they were like, he can't be served at his house or something like that. So she sent a mariachi band to
Good. You got to get creative sometimes. That's what I would have done too. Like, happy birthday. Yeah, you've been served. You've been served. We will vote for Donald Trump.
Oh boy.
Judge urges ASAP Rocky to reconsider defamation claims against ASAP Rocky. He said, you should cut your losses. I agree.
Yeah.
Sir, why are you doing this? You've already lost the case. Now you suing for defamation. A$AP Rocky should sue you for defamation at this point.
A$AP Rocky needs something to do because he should not be acting because he in that movie. Actually, he was
in the movie too, in the Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I don't want to see it, but I am curious to see how bad it is.
Yeah, and I get that sentiment because I still have not watched Straw. But yeah, this movie is quite horrible.
I'm like, what is Straw? Oh, with Taraji.
What is it called again? Higher
to Lowest.
Highest to Lowest. Has anybody else seen the new Denzel movie?
LaWanda said yesterday she did not like it.
Yeah.
And then Pastor Troy said that it was absolutely awful.
It's so horrible. It's
Is it worse than the Ice Cube movie that they're?
I refuse to even try to watch that Ice Cube movie. You know what it is about the movie? It's just kind of like long and drawn out. It's kind of boring. There are some parts that are like, oh wow, that's kind of dope, but it's just not. And then it's a Spike Lee joint.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what I thought when he said it, because I was just like, oh, they're all weird. But
so it's that weird kind of cinematography thing going on, but it's just not a great movie.
That's unfortunate because that's good people in the movie.
Yeah, very good people.
President President Barack Obama wins his third Emmy. Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
A man charged in the Tupac Shakur's death claims Sean Diddy Combs put out $1 million hit. Y'all leave that man alone. Let him serve his time till October. Y'all just leave him alone. He did everything, and he's just serving his little piece of time so he can come out.
Go quietly into the night.
Cuffed up, Chad Ochocinco Johnson sparks reaction after popping out with his alleged new bae. Her name is Chan.
And she looks just like all the other ones because they all look alike. He's definitely got a type, and they all look the same.
I'm not sure why we're still reporting on Chad Ochocinco.
Because is he even famous anymore?
No, he has the podcast with Shannon Sharp. And I think that's his relevancy as of now, because he don't
Shannon
do
Sharp
nothing.
got fired from the podcast.
Shannon Sharp did get fired. They said that his little white girl is out here bossing up, telling people to call her queen and boss bitch and shit like that.
Wow.
She's on her $30 million come up. So shoo, boy, I tell you, I wish I was a white freaky girl to go date Shannon Sharp and end up with $30 million because he didn't touch me the way I needed him to.
15 million per butt cheek or something.
Cardi B hitting streets to sell her album. Love it. She's hilarious.
She is. Cardi B is an entertainer.
100%.
Downright altogether entertaining.
She's literally outside on a New York street with a blanket of CDs on it and vinyl and asking people to come buy her CDs and vinyl for $10 and $20 because her management told her that she needs to sell the records.
Yeah.
$9.99.
Her album drops on the 18th, I believe.
$20.
Burning incense.
Yep. She's also insanely pregnant.
She is pregnant, right?
She's 100% pregnant.
Nice, I like it.
She's Cardi is a naked girl. Cardi has not had less than a 8-piece outfit on every time she's anywhere. She's on the corner selling her CDs, and she has an oversized hoodie and some sweatpants and some Chinese slippers.
She's pregnant for?
That's the question. Not if she's pregnant. Who the daddy is?
It's probably Stephon Diggs because the Patriots did awful on Sunday because he's probably so.
Let me tell you,
enthralled.
if I had to get pregnant by anybody else, it would be him too. Because he's the highest paid footballer right now on the Patriots, I believe. Hell yeah.
Oh.
She better secure the bag.
Beyonce, I'm going to get pregnant by Partisan Fontaine.
As me. Beyonce abandoned entire album after song was leaked. Jamaican musician Mr. Vegas says she was pissed. Well, I would be pissed too. Just put him up in a deluxe album later. Keke Wyatt's son of 13 alleges she told him his cancer was karma for being a part of the Alphabet Mafia. Sounds Christian. Apple TV users have one major complaint about Spike Lee's new movie with Denzel Washington. What is the complaint?
It's awful.
In a remake of Akira Kuwana kidnapping thriller High and Low, which was in turn inspired. I didn't know that either. Which was inspired by Ed McBain's 1959 novel King's Ransom. The premise is alluring. A wealthy man situated in his mansion atop a high hill is on the cusp of securing a lucrative business deal. He suddenly receives a call, however, that his son has been kidnapped. The kidnapper wants a hefty ransom, so the mogul immediately begins amassing the ransom money. Openly insisting that money means nothing when his son's life is on the line, it's then revealed that the kidnapper made a mistake and accidentally kidnapped the son of the mogul's chauffeur. The kidnapper still demands the same ransom, so the mogul faces a moral reckoning. Is his chauffeur's son's life worth the same amount? Then he hesitates to pay. I mean, is that what this story is about?
Yeah.
Where did it go wrong?
Say
what is wrong? Like, how did this turn into a terrible
They said
movie?
the first half of the film is haphazard and unfocused, while the second half is propulsive and significant.
You said repulsive and significant?
Propulsive.
Oh, what that mean?
Yeah, it that's what I said. Like, it's dragged out. The first half is very dragged out, and then it gets to these just like really intense scenes that have you like, and there's the music that's playing is
that's
like,
what Pastor Troy was talking about.
I thought I did hear about the music too.
Yeah, it is so like, oh God, and I'm like, if you can watch it on mute or take the music off, then maybe it'll be different, but it's chaotic.
Okay,
my good friend said that the jazz was
the jazz.
It was like Andre 3000's jazz flute album.
Jazz flute.
Just has no. I can't really get to what the message here is.
Watch it. Like, say your own thing. I'm sure you're going to still think it's awful, but watch it to form your own opinion.
I want you to see how awful.
And the acting is not that great. Like, for Denzel.
He said that Denzel was walking weird.
Yeah, because he's old. Oh. and then the acting was just not that great. And then some of the scenes, it was like, that's a little underacted. You know what I mean? Like,
you could have done a tad bit better.
They kidnapped my son.
Is he? What is this one? The dolly shot? Where's this? Oh, this is a compilation of Spike Lee's situations.
The shots where everything is moving, always moving.
Yeah, and there's there's a lot of that, and the close-ups, and the whole background is moving while the person is standing there.
Yeah,
like all that craziness.
Jack to make it. Yeah. But last but not least, Erykah Badu is not playing about her child support when it comes to Andre 3000. When it comes to hip hop legends, Erykah Badu isn't just a fan; she's connected to more ways than one. The soul icon pulled up to Drink Champs for a recent episode there. The combo took a spicy turn as two lyrical powerhouses, Andre 3000 and Black Thought, came into question, and let's just say things got real personal. Erykah said what she said.
Andre 3000's child, like 32 years old?
Yes, like maybe she was like, just because they old don't mean I don't get my money. Yeah. During the recent interview, Erykah Badu was asked to choose between the two rap legends, one being her longtime collaborator, the other being the father of her child. Without missing a beat, she joked, "Now you're messing with my child support," referencing her son Seven, shared with Andre 3000. Though Badu seems to struggle between choosing one, she still showed love to Black Thought, her collaborator on You Got Me, but ultimately she gave the edge to Andre, calling herself one of the biggest fans outside of being family.
3,000. Now you're messing with my child support. I actually thought y'all were gonna pit two of the baby daddies together.
Listen, that was a conversation, and I walked away. I said, I want no parts in this.
That would have been better.
All right, let's do it then.
You can't remix the question. It's over. It's over. So you never did that.
Yeah. We can do anything. It's
foul.
Black Thought, you know I got love.
She's so
But
weird.
I think I may be one of Andre 3000's biggest fans outside of being family.
Right.
Super inspiring. Now, if we're talking about rhyming, that's going to even be hard too.
See, I think that's a hard question. Black Thought is so talented and so amazing, and so is Andre 3000. So, like, how do you put that?
I don't like to compare, man. I like to say that everybody can create a lane of their own. And to me, Andre is a bigger artist. Black Thought is a bigger rapper. Is a better rapper.
Okay. I see you. I see where you went.
I think that's what she was saying too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what she meant by that too.
Well, that is all we have for today. You guys can think about that question all day and see what you decide and what you come out with. So I'm really, again, the only thing that you guys need to be concerned about for today is that it's only going to be about 69 degrees and it is an election day. So we need you guys. Especially you guys that tune into the show every day. There should be absolutely no excuse why you guys are not voting. And I'm be putting my bottom dollar on it, saying I know that our listeners is gonna go out and vote. So please prove me right and show Boston that when they listen to Spark FM and we teach you all these things and they bring all these people, that you guys exercise your right to go out there and vote. It is your right. People fought for this. People died for this right. So there must be something right about it. So go outside.
And your one vote does count.
It does count. And we are not playing with you guys. If you want to, when you take your voting sticker, hashtag Spark FM or tag us, we'll share it just so that we can just keep the momentum going. And starting after this election, we're going to go harder for November and making sure we might even have a little election party or something like that. Make sure that y'all know what y'all got to do. Spark the vote. Let's
A vote for all is a vote for freedom. Vote Daniel. Vote.
Vote Danielle. Yes. With that said, again, like she said, if you don't want to vote for any of the candidates, write your own name in there. Just go and write something on the paper.
Yeah.
Please.
Go there.
With that said, we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony,